So I did just want to make a small video to talk about Mother's Day. I have marked this occasion in previous years, and often it's been with a music video. One of the things I want to tell you about now is not just about Mother's Day, but it's about the whole idea of consumer feasts, basically. You know, Mother's Day is not a Christian feast at all. It's one of what I like to call a consumer feast, which is as close to a sort of secular feast as one can get. It's a made-up thing in order primarily to generate money. Such days like Halloween, for example, is another one. Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know. In one respect, it's really good to have a national day that marks, you know, thinking about your family, thinking about various members of your family. But it does raise issues. The first is, you know, you have Mother's Day, you have Father's Day, but what about those people who don't get married and have children? You know, there's never a single person's day, is there? And you can start to see how it could get stupid, you know, with old age day and, you know, people wearing cream coat days and all that sort of rubbish. The other thing that I worry about with it is that it inspires people to almost a sort of false sense of caring. You know, if you really care and love your mothers, and there are some people who live in families which are not in harmony, they don't speak to each other perhaps, but then it's not something that is just celebrated on one day of the year. And it's not something that you can make up for by, you know, buying a big box of chocolates, a card and a bunch of flowers or whatever. That's not what appreciation and love is, and it's not how you show it either, I'm afraid. What it does do very nicely for those who happen to sell you these goods is make a hell of a lot of money, and they tend to profit off things like this quite considerably. You know, Valentine's Day again. Let's try and sell to people the fact that they have to spend lots of money on a particular day for a particular reason, when really they ought to be of that mindset every single day. You know, you care for your lover every single day, not just on Valentine's. You care for your parents on every single day, not just Mother and Father's Day. You shouldn't care about Halloween at all, but but there we are. So there is a worry for me that, you know, I do mark it because I think it's a good idea overall to have a national celebration of parenthood, basically. But I would be lying if I say I don't feel a little bit left out, because I'm not going to be a father anytime soon, you know, so there is a little bit about that. And there is also a case of I do not go overboard. I buy my mother exactly the same thing every year, and it's a bag of minstrels. She likes minstrels, that's what I get her. That is all I get her, because I love her every single day of the year, and I hope that I show that in many, many other ways. So yes, this is a video to mark that occasion, and it's a good occasion, and I hope if you're a mother you had a good time, and I hope if you're, you know, a child or have been a child and still have living mothers, that you marked it well as well. However, I do recognise that it could also be thought of as a rant video, and I am equally aware that the same applies for the US, even though they have their Mothering Sunday at a completely different time. So if you think that this video is late for our Mother's Day, well, you know, technically speaking, perhaps it's early for the US.